Hey guys, Streams here, coming at you with another battle report. Today we got Imperial Guard versus my old Orc list, which really performed nicely, and I wanted to retry it. So this Guards list is basically a mixture of my old Double Dominos list and the Tank Commander spam list, but as with the rule of 3, you cannot actually take that many tank commanders legally, so I broke it down to 3 commanders and Pask. I don't know if that's correct or if you count Pask as the 4th one, but I assume in this case it is okay. And basically the knight is just a normal knight castellan with 2 twin siegebreaker cannons and the 2 twin melter guns, and obviously the shitbreaker missiles. He just performed very well. 2 of them performed well, but they get countered pretty easily by a lot of stuff. Basically, if the other arm has any shooting or any additional support, he breaks down rather quickly, but he is very, very killy on his own. I don't need more than him. And to support him, we have a Astra Militarum battalion detachment with 3 basic infantry squads with 1 plasma gun, because I had 7 points. In HQ we have Lord Castellan Creed, which means we get our additional command points, and he gets his awesome little I order everyone everything. And we have a primary psyker with Night Shroud, so we can protect Commander Pask. All of this is obviously Cadian, otherwise we couldn't take this stuff, and everybody's gonna reroll once as long as they hold still. 3 heavy weapon teams that will receive the orders from Lord Castellan Creed, and in elites we have a group of Ratlings, because they're really nice against the pesky forward infiltrating stuff, and to try to fight that back. Also good for objective holding and just general purposes. And then we have a Supreme Command detachment with command tanks executioners times 3, plasma and last cannon, full on plasma, plus Knight Commander Pask, who has the Punisher cannon for some anti-horde power, and otherwise same thing, Punisher Gatling cannon and plasma cannons. So this list has a lot of firepower. Not as much against hordes, more against tough stuff, but I find if you can kill tough stuff, you can kill most other targets as well. And meaning that these things are all tank commanders, they can command each other to reroll the dice for their plasma cannons for the maximum amount of shots, and as long as they hold still, they also reroll once, so they take less mortal wounds. That's at least the idea. We also have the Cadian Special, as I like to call it, which is overlapping fields of fire right over here for 2 CP, and we do an unsafe wound on any unit. We get 1 to hit rolls for all other Cadian units that target the same enemy unit as this face. So means we can shoot Pask at something, and he can pre-damage them for everybody else. Everybody else will get +1 to hit him, them basically, which is really a good way to put it, and a good stratagem in itself. So I like Cadians, and I'll go with that stuff. My Warlord is obviously always Creed, because Creed has to be the Warlord in order for you to get the points, which is quite important. So doing all of this here, we have 2 command points for Creed, and additional 3 because you're Battle Forged, additional 3 for 5 for our actual detachment, and an additional point for the extra. So right, 3, 5, 10 plus 1, 11 command points, which is not shabby for such an elite list. It's pretty decent. And then over here we have 2 battalion detachments. I already played this list, so this is a war boss with attack squig and the Killer Claw, a weird boy, a pain boy, and a noble for ball banner. 2 squads of 30 boys with 3 tank buster bombs and 25 or 26 shooter boys, and a mob of 30 storm boys. So a lot of boys, and then we got some toys over here, which is one weird boy, one big mag in HQ, another pain boy, which is the Warlord, and we have a bunch of Gretchens for holding objectives, 3 tractor cannons for anti-flyer goodness and auto hitting, and some looters to shoot at other horde infantry or make room for our deep striking shenanigans with the Ork horde. Now obviously we can always choose to deep strike these guys. We have a lot of command points, and that is really nice to have with an Ork army. So right now we have 13 command points because we have 2 battalions and the additional battle forged bonus. Alright, now the deployment is Spearhead Assault, which is obviously a pretty good one for the Orks, but it's not too bad for the Astra list as well, because they have some sort of depth to their deployment, which is nice. For our objectives, we went with Big Game Hunter, Titan Slayers behind enemy lines, Reaper, Headhunter marked for death on the side of the Astra, which makes sense. A lot of Orks, a lot of characters, and kill all the Ork hordes. That's basically their objective. The Orks like to kill the tanks, they like to kill the Titan, and we try to get into their deployment zone. That's basically all we do. And that's quite easy to do actually, because the deployment zone is really wide on Spearhead Assault. Okay, now the mission is gonna be cut through the heart, not through. Just basically 36 from here, 24 to here. I almost made it. It's right about there on the line. That's the middle objective, and then 2 objectives will be placed in each deployment zones. Talking about those, let's see who decides that. So Astra randomly got this one, and they will try to pick their choice. I feel like our choice will be this one, because there's a little bit more space to hide the Titan and the tanks than over there. I would rather not move very much. Yeah, they will pick this side. So Orks will start deploying next, and then we see what's going on. So Orks have to see what they want to do. We can put the Storm Boys up front and try to go for a nice little speedy assault, because we're moving towards here, and then we can move an additional X inches, for example here, and then we can try to assault with war, or we can try to deep strike them as well, in addition to the Ork boys with our teleporter stratagem. I'm not sure about this one. This is a little bit tough. So for now I'll just put the Storm Boys in Deep Strike Reserve. Makes sense in a sense. They will deploy the Knight, because it is Captain Obvious that he's gonna deploy it, and where as well. He's gonna drop right in the backfield, as far back as he can. He has too much range to be needing to go anywhere, and he outranges everything the Orks have anyway. Next up we will deploy one group of Ork boys on the teleporter platform for 2 CP, and next up will be my tanks. I'll just deploy them right now. It doesn't matter the order and everything. We'll just deploy 3 Ork units after this, and then this should be fine, because I have to make some pre-measurements anyway. Might as well do them now. Auto raise please, thank you very much. Basically we're gonna try to park them as close together as we possibly can. So we don't have to move, we have good line of sight, and we can reroll those ones because we're Cadians. Oh, what happened there? I do not know, but I'll try to grab him with T. Huh. Command execution doesn't really like that. There we go. So he fits right in, and the last one doesn't fit very well, but I guess we put him over here. Yeah, like that. Looks legit. What the hell? Okay, that looks even more weird, but yeah, like so. So this is basically our little tank castle. The Orks can then deploy some more. We will deploy some mech guns in return. This counts as 3 units because we took them in separate versions basically. That's really bad. They are very far away from these tanks if I deploy them back there. Okay. So since they deployed so far back, I guess we deploy them over here and then move up. Like so. Because we probably need the buildings for our looter contingent. So that's 3 and 3, and it's 1 additional for the Orks. Who do we deploy next? Probably the squad of looters. They have 48 range, but I probably put them all in this building so they can. Yeah, it's perfect. They have range on everything, and they can all profit from the custom force field and the cover if they want to. So let's pack them a little bit closer. Let's see if they can fit. Yeah, they can fit for sure. Okay, everybody that can't fit will just have moved to the back. Then we move forward a little bit as well. There we go. Good amount of looters with good line of sight. And next up we'll be deploying some autocannons. In this case I think the autocannons will just try to protect our flanks. So I'll put them at the very far end of the map. Just to deny some deep striking, but since they have such a long range they might be able to shoot stuff anyway, which is nice. And Crete has some long range order capabilities as well. Yeah, they can reach anything, so they can move up a little bit. Like so. Second SWAT can do the same. Like so. And the third squad will also try to deny charging distance. However, this is a little bit tricky, because if the Storm Boys deploy over here and they make their long ass move and then charge, that's a pretty short charge, but yeah, I'll play a little bit more careful. I'll put them back here, and then these guys will back off a little bit as well. There we go. Alright, so we have teleporting. Then this Orc Boy squad can just deploy. And I'll deploy them as far as back as we can. Just drop them all down here. And Astra Militarum will deploy some more random dudes. The Redlings will come in later. I'll put those into hiding basically. So going back to Orks, I'm not sure about the Shooter Boys. I think the Shooter Boys will go to the front, because there's no point in putting them anywhere else. They need to go shooting stuff, and that stuff is probably at the very front of the Astra Militarum lines, so might as well put them up front. Obviously we put the knob in front, then the rest. They're not really priority targets, so they might be able to go in for some shooting stuff and then will eventually die off, obviously. I forgot my objectives, but I'll put down the objectives. It doesn't really matter at the moment. So this objective will be put down below the looter squad. I can't get it in there, but basically it's at the bottom floor. Let's put it like here, and it should be fine. Lock it down. All Orc Boys to the front. And that's that. Good. More deployment over here. Lord Castellan Creed is gonna be deployed pretty much in the middle. "12 inches away from these guys. A little bit too far, but that's okay. I don't care. So he's gonna order at least these 2 units, and then we see about the rest. Psyker can also get deployed. He's gonna go right behind them, so he can get Knight Commander past his nice armor save in case he gets shot. And then the Orc Horde will continue their deployment. We have more looters for our building, so we fill the second floor of looters as well. Do some backflips. Pretty acrobatic for these kind of heavy weaponry. And then we'll gizmo them way in there. Like so. Obviously they are supposed to be a little bit closer, but I don't want to manually move them all to the front. So as you can see, this is a little bit buggy. I'll just keep them here, and we assume they are as far as at the front as they can possibly be. Infantry squads. Infantry squads are basically just here to move up when the heavy weapon team dies. That's all they do. So we form a second rank of resistance before the orcs can charge our important targets. Okay, then next up the mech. Where is he? The big mech will deploy, because the big mech needs to be where the looters are, so he gives them their custom force field saves. Put him right down here, so everybody is within 6 inches of the KFF. Perfect. Next up are the next infantry squad. Let's just drop them here, and we also deploy this one because it's obvious that Astrometaum deploys first. These guys will basically hop next to the weapon squad. And a little bit away. And then the second squad where did I put them? Ah, they're over there. I'm a little bit blind sometimes. And then these guys will be tanking the front view from everybody. Sergeant to the front, because he has the shortest range, and he is gonna die last. Like so. Plasma gun also to the front. Okay, so now we have a lot of stuff to deploy here. Guess we can hide the characters back behind the some Gretchens. So we put the Gretchen line next to the shooter boys. Like so. Because these will be running up and trying to get those objectives as fast as they can. Because killing everything is not all that's needed. Next up, I think I'll drop all the characters here. The only thing that doesn't drop there is the pain boy. The pain boy needs to be right at the front line, so everybody gets their 6+ Pheno pain here. And that weird boy needs to be close to the Orc squad. Basically within 12 if he can. Right there. Knob with wall banner goes to the front. Second pain boy as well. Actually, we can deploy one pain boy back here, just to make sure nobody dies too early. Then the war boss will also go to the middle, and the weird boy same deal actually. He will stay within 18, so he can give them buff, and then the weird boy can toss him over. Alright, so now we have some more Gretchens. I think we'll put some into the building right here. Just move them in. Right there. And then another Gretchen squad will probably go to the flank, because there's still some space left here. Okay. And that's that. Let's recall this stuff, and last but not least, the Ratlings can also deploy. I think I'll deploy them out of line of sight behind this building. So we got some units that can't be killed very easily, in case the looters try to shoot off us off this planet. Okay, see how that works. Can you see them, looters? No. No, not really. No, they're pretty invisible at the moment. That's nice. Alright. Alright, this is how the deployment looks like. We have all the outer cannons at the outer space. Then the infantry squads behind for a second line of defense. And the middle one at the very front. Even if the Orks advance, it's gonna be a first turn charge is possible, but it's not as easy, and it just destroys an infantry squad, which I don't care about. All the tanks here are on the back. Knight Commander Pask right in the middle, and then the other ones around. And the knight in the very back. And then Orks counter deployed. All the squads here, 2 squads of looters up and down, 1 custom force field and paintboy next to everyone basically. Warboss and Norbanner right next to them in case they want to charge. Tractor cannons out of range but need to move forward. These guys preparing for takeoff once the weird boy tosses them in. And 2 squads in reserve, 1 the Storm Boys and 2nd the Orc Boys with the command points. Okay. Now that's over, we try to see who goes first. The Astrometeum will get +1 to this because they deployed first. Astrometeum can choose whether or not they want first turn. I think we want first turn. Our army is so goddamn shooty that we want to remove some of their anti-infantry killers, and that's probably a good idea to do very first turn, so we deny some more deep striking and we can go earlier into the battlefield swinging. Okay, so let's start the turn with movement. Basically all the weapon teams are pretty much in range of all their targets, so they will stand still. The middle infantry squad is probably they're not really in range to get the objective yet. And they're also out of rapid fire range, so I think we'll just stand back for now. Move them a little bit back so their first turn charge is a little bit harder. And that's that. These guys will all stand still. And that's it. Our position is pretty much perfect, so no point in moving much. Alright, let's do some orders at the beginning of the shooting phase, and we will order Knight Commander Pask. Actually, he is out of range, so should he move? If he moves 5, he's still out of range for everybody. Now I think he's gonna be fine. But Knight Commander Pask essentially is gonna shoot his last cannon into the looters, trying to score a wound basically. And he's hitting on a 2. And wounds on a 2. And that's a 5-up custom force field. No. And a 5 damage from the last cannon with a Phenom Pain. Nope. He is dead. So first looter is going plink. And which is why we can probably activate our stratagem now. We inflicted 1 unsafe wound on an enemy unit in the shooting phase, and now we can add 1 wall ridge holes for everybody else for 2 CP. I think that's worthwhile, unless everybody is out of range. Pretty much the only thing that's in range is a knight, and he doesn't need that anyway. Whatever, it's fine. Commander Pask obviously is not in range for anything else. It's very close. Actually, I should have moved the tanks forward a little bit, and I'll do so afterwards, like so. This one is gonna squeeze forward a little bit, and so is this one. Alright, so now we are in range, and he's gonna command the Actually, they can command themselves to reroll the plasma cannon shots. So plasma cannons coming up next. In this case, from Pask himself, which he can order himself, no issue. So let's see it. I'm gonna reroll the 3. These I will keep. Oh, unfortunately, we got greedy. These here are hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Actually, no, not rerolling 1s. But we didn't overcharge them anyway, so might as well. And then winning on 3s. A good thing we didn't overload, because it doesn't make a difference at all. Yeah. So the damage is 1, so we have 3 guys dead. And then the other stuff hits on 3s because we moved. No wounds. Okay, so we plinked off 1, 2, 3 boys. And then the other tank commander that is actually in range will also shoot. Same idea, shooting the main gun twice and then the extra turret shots. Main gun will both be re-rolled and this one as well. Getting up to 8 hits here and 5 hits here. Shots, sorry. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 4 dead. Hitting on 4s. Nothing. So it's another 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Next commander. Same idea. He's still in range, obviously. Same order. 12 shots with the main guns. Holy moly. That's a lot of shots. The second gun not so much, but that doesn't matter. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Pain. My goodness, Pain does not work. 5 guys dead. And then an additional 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. Another 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are getting shot down pretty good. And then also the cannons, I forgot about the last cannons. 1 hits, 1 wounds, 5 damage, Pain, nope, another 1 dead. Pew! And that is the tank commanders, because these guys can shoot with their last cannons, but I think they'd rather shoot at something else. If they can, actually. No, they can't. Okay, so in this case, the back tank commanders will reroll 1s. Tank orders on themselves, reroll the 1s. Actually, they don't even have to do that because they're Cadian anyway. So 2 hits, 2 wounds, and 2 saves. 2 saves failed anyway. So pew pew. Actually, did I remove this? Yeah, I removed this correctly. Okay. I don't think anything else happens here from ordering stuff. I mean, I guess Castle and Creed will order some stuff to the heavy weapon teams. So he's gonna order this heavy weapon team to reroll everything. So take aim, and we will shoot this stuff at the looters. Good thing we are re-rolling everything. That's perfect. Wounding on 3s, because it's strength 7. With custom force field. And feel no pain. Fate. So 1 looter is plinked. Then we have additional 48. Not really in range. So the other squad here will also get in order to shoot at the mech guns this time. My goodness, where's the die? There it is. So also 6 shots. Rerolling everything because we're Acadian. Perfect again. Wounding on 3s because it's only toughness 5. That's a cock die. And all of these are 6 ups. Yeah, 6 ups. No saves whatsoever otherwise. Nope. Feel no pain. Hey, 2 feel no pains were made, but we have to roll them again because it's 2 wounds each. Nope. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds, which means one of the mech guns is obliterated. Okay. The last heavy weapon squad will also shoot into the looters. They do not have any orders in range, unfortunately. So we have 8. Why do I roll 8 shots anyway? It's 6 shots. I'm confused here. Okay, so 6 shots hitting on 4s. 3 of them hit. Wounding, actually re-rolling the 1 because of Kadia. Nope. Wounding on 3s. Invuln saves. And feel no pain. Reroll that because it's 2 damage. No. Need a double 6 in order to survive. So 3 dead. Plink, plink, plink. Pretty good. The infantry squad is out of range for everything, and these guys here are in range with everything into the shooter boys as well. So we have 3, 6, 9 into these guys. We're ordering first, not first rank. We are ordering them also obviously to reroll everything. Whoops, that one was a hit. Pretty good. Wounding on 5 and 6s. Also pretty good. 4 wounds. T-shirt saves. No. And feel no pain. 1. So 3 of them die. 1, 2, 3. And 1 plasma gun. Rerolling. Doesn't do anything. Okay, that was our small arms fire. So now the knight gets to speak the language of his people. He is gonna start with the twin siegebreaker cannons, which is 43, and he's gonna put that into the looters. Let's actually go to the rolling table for this kind of stuff. Alright, how many shots? That's 3, 2, and 2. Hitting on 3s. His House Raven, by the way. Wounding on 3s. And 1 custom force field save. Damage is 3 and 2. Let's toss it in real quick. There we go. 2 of them die. Blink, blink. Then the other stuff continues. Everything fires into the looters because these are the only ones that actually can kill us. So Plasma Decimator with 2d6 shots. 8 shots. Hitting on 3s. Actually, what is our... we do not have a tradition, right. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and castle force field. And feel no pain. Okay, so that's 2 dead. Next up is the Volcano Lens, D6 shots. Wow, 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. And it's damage bazillion. I'm not gonna roll the Pheno Pain. It's so unlikely that they survive. And then I guess we can fire a Sheetbreaker missile if we want to, but I don't think we need to. I'm not gonna bother firing the that one yet. So that's pretty decent shooting right there. So after everything is said and done, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. Okay, so the leadership is gonna be a little bit iffy here. These guys here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are basically dead. Oh, one die. Wow, they fail by 6, so that's 25. 19 would flee. Can we do anything about that? I assume no. We got breaking heads on somebody. Where is he? The war boss. Okay, so he can restore the order. Oh, wait a second. I think I misplayed this. So I should have killed these guys so they were within 3 of him still. I didn't actually read. I thought it was 6-inch range. So let's do thises. Let's break some heads. 2 mortal wounds, 6s to save, right? So one of them dies, and then he broke their heads, and they are fine. For the looters, the same does not apply, but they didn't lose as many, so let's hope they make their leadership test. They make a 1. What's the leadership? The leadership is 6, so that's 5, which still kills the entire squad, because it was 15, I think, and then a bunch of them got removed. So that's 2 squads almost dead, but one of them was kept in order. And another main gun already bit the dust. Alright. So far so good. Battle round 1, player turn 1 over. Going to player turn 1 Orks. We're gonna advance these boys. And they're going 10. Towards here. Trying to capture that objective. Oh yeah, I forgot my points. Astronite gets 1 point for killing one, 1 point for holding one objective, and no bonus point, obviously. So the Orks will move up behind these crates. Looking at a 12-inch charge here, so that's not happening anytime soon. Then the Gretchens will also advance. They're moving 9. Can we not deselect the war boss? I guess not. And then these Gretchens here have to be dragged into the ruins, because I don't like being there. Like like so, and then this guy obviously also can make it there. Alright, there's another Gretchen right here. Mech gun is not a ranger or anything, so it's gonna move. How far can these things move? 3 inches. Perfect. It's gonna auto hit anyway, so tractor cannons are actually pretty mobile. If they were assault cannons, it would be perfect, but they are not, sadly. No assault. Yeah, I guess we're gonna advance the warboss as well, I guess. Or do we? I'm gonna advance the Gretchens first. So they're going a whopping 9 inches. Not the tech squid, please. 9 inches towards here. And I'm not sure about the warboss, because I want to teleport him in later, probably. So, we'll see about that. This cannon here is in range of the heavy weapons team, that's nice. Gretchens will advance for 7 inches. These guys will stay put. Everybody is in range of everybody to move and everything. Weird Boy is gonna advance for 7 right there. And I guess that's that. Yep. Psychic Phase, I'm gonna put Warpath on the Orc Boys unit down here. Oops, sorry, need 2 dice. We do not make that one, do we? There's 10 looters around, and that's a 4, so no. Actually, I want to remove these guys and refill them. Let's see at which phase that stratagem is used. Unstoppable Green Tide. Use a stratagem at the end of the movement phase. Okay, so that has to happen right there. Okay, so let's bring back the shooter boys, because I wanted to do that anyway. So 1, 2, and 3. Shooter boys disappear. Whoop. I think at the battle edge, right? Can set him up wholly within 6 of the inch of the battlefield and more than 9 inches away from enemy models. Okay. So basically we get to do a outflanking maneuver, which is really sweet. Uh, 9 inches away from these guys is right there. Inches away from him and him. And then we can copy a bunch of them. And again. So we have 9, 10, 18. So we still get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here they are back and outflanking. Now back to the psychic stuff. I think I'll let that pass. I don't think we need Warpath. And we'll attempt to cast a jump, which passes. So these guys make a jump. and will appear somewhere else. Where do we want to jump to? Probably onto this flank. Across the sandbanks into these guys. Because we might be able to keep these, surround these guys so they can't go out of close combat. I think I like that idea. Alright, 9 inches away from these is right over here. I have to go a little bit further. And then 9 inches from these guys is right there. Inches is this corner as well. So we do this quick and dirty, no need to do everything super correctly. As long as the important guys are in the front, it's all fine and dandy. Basically we try to get a squad surrounded so we can't get shot at when we are charging. And if I can keep this squad healthy for one round, that would be really, really good. Oh, there's the 9, so this guy's a little bit too far forward. Let's do it like this. There we go. 9 boys deployed. And suddenly, like that, there is 2 big boy squads right on top. And that's why we need the Gretchens as well, otherwise the war boss has some issues. Alright, shooting, I guess. Because the other weird boy can't do anything. So we're gonna shoot these shooter boys into the autocan squad, I guess. Yeah, might as well. So all these shooter boys into the autocan squad. That's 20, 25, 27 times 2. Alright. Wait, there's 2 more. Hitting on 5s and 6s, and 6s are generating new shots. Pretty good. Wounding them on 3s because they're toughness 3, and 5 up armor saves because it doesn't have any AP. 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. Exactly 1 weapon squad is destroyed. Blam, blam, and blam. Alright, so the question is, do we want to shoot again? I do not think so, but yeah, I didn't deploy them properly so I could get to that guy. Why are they so close? There we go. I think I want to charge these guys and then surround these so we don't shoot at them. We can shoot a second time at this infantry squad. The question is whether or not that's useful because we can't see the redlings, and the redlings will still deny us deep striking. But this squad can actually see the redlings, so I guess we can shoot at them if we really want to. About 10 shooter boys can see them, so that's 20 shots into the redlings and then the rest into the infantry squad. I don't know. I think we'll do that with the Lutas in time, and the other ones can't shoot twice anyway because I forgot the stratagem is specific to those. Okay, how much pistols do we have in range of that infantry squad? Not very many. So I guess we shoot our pistols into the redlings instead. Or do I use the redlings to go over here? I think so. Because keeping these redlings in combat is easier than getting this entire squad surrounded. That's interesting. I think I'll not shoot my shooters at them. I'll shoot the tractor cannon into the heavy weapons team though. So automatically hitting, wounding on 2s because it's strength 8, and damage 3. So one of these is destroyed. Doesn't matter which one. I'll take that one because it's the closest one that might get charged anyway. So that one is dead. And next up are the looters down here. Their line of sight is a little bit limited, but I'm guessing they want to shoot at the infantry squad in front anyway. Yeah, we shoot at the infantry squad with the looters. So let us see how many shots we get. Three with each of them. Very nice. So it's 30 shots from the looters. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Pretty decent. Rerolling 1s because they are bad moons. And they're very shooty. Wounding on 2s. And I guess 6 up saves. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bite the dust. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, pretty close to running away anyway, so that's nice. Question is, do we want to shoot again? We are still in range of this squad if we want to, and then we can just overrun the Ratlings. Or we can try to shoot at that squad over there, because it's less likely to get overrun. I think we shoot at that squad here. So we'll use our 2 command points here to show off and shoot again. How many shots do we get this time? Only 1. That's unfortunate. Hitting on 5s and 6s, rerolling 1s. Only 4 shots. Winning on 2s, and 3 of them are dead. Actually, it's 2 of them are dead because they have 2 wounds each. No, I was shooting at the infantry squad. So infantry squad loses 1, 2, 3 dudes. That was not very good shooting at that point, but okay. Mech gun is only in range of the heavy weapon team, so might as well fire. 2s to wound. Damage 2. Okay, so it doesn't, just kills one of them. Doesn't make any difference for my charge anyway. Okay, that's all the looters and whatnot, and we did not we do not use the pistols. Alright, so charging time. We will charge these orc boys into the Ratlings and the infantry squad, I think. So Ratlings will overwatch. 1 hit. Nothing. The infantry squad will overwatch. Let's see who is within 12. Actually, 1 of them. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 5, 10. Sergeant can't shoot because he's a pistol, but the other one is rapid firing. Alright, so 10 shots hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s. 1 hit, wounding on a 5, nothing. Distance, we need a 9-inch. Ew. Now, do we reroll both of these, or do we just reroll the 1? It's 1 out of 3 to make it. But, not sure about this one. Actually, we just need a 4+ because we have +1 movement. I think I'll reroll one of these with Here We Go. And we make it. We made exactly on the 9 because of our clan. Okay, so how do we do this now? These here are clearly out of range, but we can still charge everything into the redlings. And we are going like that. So these guys here will be inside of the ruin, and these guys will go around. And this guy will get down here when this guy can move over here. And then we should be able to take them out. Okay, second charge over here. We have 4 autocannon overwatch shots. Nothing. And then these guys here, I'm not even gonna declare a charge against them. I think it doesn't really matter. Distance, terrible. Rewrote everything with here we go, and that's perfect. That's a 11-inch charge, so that's gonna do us very, very good. Very good deal. Like so. And then everybody who can't make it in is gonna pile back a little bit. Like so. That guy can't make it either. Yeah, should be fine. So now we can surround them and gobble up the squad so they can't shoot at us again, which is nice. That's how you bring orcs into close combat into this tank commander. Alright, that's all my charges. So we will try to pile in now. So that's 1.5. That's 1.4. So you can go to right here. This guy can move around here. Around here. Let's move like this for now. And then this guy here can make the big wrap around right there. And these are already in base contact. They are only blocking the charge for the charge. Not the charge. The runaway path for the redlings. Everybody else will just move 3 inches forward, but still closer to the redlings, so totally legal. Like so. Perfect. So we surrounded them completely. Oh, sorry. That was not good. Let's drop them back down here. And this guy obviously should be, this guy should be a little bit further over here. So they shouldn't be able to run away. Then over here we have the same idea. We're moving fully here around, staying more than 1 inch away from the infantry squad. Same over here. Yeah, we don't have to measure. We know we can gobble them up, no problem. Let's do it like so, quick and dirty. And this guy should be a little bit more back. But as you can see, it doesn't really matter at all. So we'll just move as close as they can to the other guys. Here we go. Completely surrounded them. And that is the charges. Charging is really important with orcs. Not how everybody thinks. It's not about killing stuff. It's about surrounding stuff so they can't shoot at you while you're in combat and making sure these guys can't fall back. Now they might try to fall back, but they can't. The only thing that can fall back over my units is the knight, and he can do that only if he's capable of actually moving that far. And now comes a little rule part again out of the rulebook, main rulebook in this case. When you go into the fight phase, you choose a unit to fight with, and you pile them all in. Then you pick your target. Then you can split your attacks on however you want to. Where is it? I'm trying to find the right version. I can't find the word that I'm looking for. I'm not sure if I have to fight or not. There used to be a rule that says you don't have to fight, but I think I do. Because as far as I can see it here, each model, here it just says so basically I can use worse weapons if I want to, which will not help here. But it says choose a unit to fight with. Any unit that charges or has models within 1 inch can be chosen to fight in the fight phase, but that says can be chosen. Now if they choose to fight, they do their pile in. And then all this stuff happens. So I think as long as I have piled in that sense, I will have to fight that unit, which is new to me. I didn't even know that. I thought I can choose not to attack. I'm pretty sure you still can, but the rules don't specifically say anything about this. I think I can play as if I do not. Because it says you must pick a target unit and yada yada yada. You can split the attacks as you want. It says something about the shooting sequence. That's interesting. I can't find anything. So basically I do not have to pile in and fight anything, but I have to If I do that, if I finish my charge move, I do not have to pick the unit, which is weird. But if I do this stuff, if I do the pie in, then I also have to fight. So that's interesting. So in this case, we have to see whether or not we have a stratagem that allows us to do something. But I don't think orcs have overrun or something like this. We can just fight. We can just fight a second time if we want to. And in that case, we get a little bit further ahead. But I don't think anything else helps us out here. Alright, so we can just try to kill as much as we can if we want to. It's interesting. I thought we were able to not attack. But redlings will all die. I don't even have to roll that. We have way too many attacks. The issue for the orcs is now, though, that they will probably die next turn. We'll see about that. So in this case, we will all pile in 3 inches. Into that squad. How far is 3 inches? It's probably the entire range between those guys. Like so. So piling in. Then over here we'll also remove the heavy weapon squad team, because as I said, we for sure do have the range. I can't really get past him. And we try to pile as far as we can. Something like that. Alright, then the unit here gets to fight back. That's 7 dudes. 5, 6, 7. Two hits. 2 wounds actually, wow. Hey, they killed 2 orcs. Brave guys. And then over here we have 3 attacks. 1 hit. Nothing. Right, so at least we prevented these units from shooting, because they have to fall back this turn. But we cannot actually wrap around, so these will be able to make their fallback move. There's no way around this for me. Unless I get into the command executioner. So what we can do is we can try to do the pile around like this. Fight again. So I end up like here. Let's see if I can do that. And if I pile in 3 inches towards him, I actually get within 1. So if we fight again, we can take this tank commander out of the fight. So let's do that properly. So this guy would be able to pile around here. I just piled him very close. Do we want to fight again? Because it's 3 CP. That's rather expensive for blocking off 1 tank commander. We also cannot get anybody in here to make sure that the tank commander can't get away. The tank commander can still back off this way, so he will still be able to... They will be able to shoot my orc boys anyway. Interesting decision. Interesting, really. I think it's not worth it. I think that's a little bit too much. But it's an interesting choice, whether or not that's good or not. I'm not sure if attacks have to be made, but I will assume for now that they have to be made. Because the rules don't say anything about choosing how many attacks you do. It just says how you want to distribute them is your choice, not making them or not making them. But I do understand that choosing a unit is actually voluntarily, because it doesn't say you have to choose a unit that you have charged with to fight. It just said can be. Yeah, whatever. The end of the story is we have... Oh, actually we have lost the objective. Huh. I thought we had something on the objective, but the Orc player will score the same amount of turns for player, hold and kill. Do not get a bonus point. And battle round end, did we kill more? What did they kill? They killed one looter squad, and the one cannon belongs to the other one, so that doesn't count. So we have killed one squad of redlings and one there, so we killed more. So kill more is 1 point more, and then it's round 2 for Astra Militarum. So now it's gonna be a little bit hairy, but we still have our anti-deep strike dudes, so we will fall back here into the middle of the battlefield. Try to make sure that they can't deep strike anywhere, because we're Cadians, we don't care if we die. But these guys here will not be able to hold these Orc boys back. They are gonna get annihilated in the fight phase, so we have to move a little bit at least, so everybody is out of combat. Goes something like this. So we are out of combat, we fell back, and we still block the majority of the guys. Are we in range for Keston and Creed? We are. These guys are also in Creed range, and these guys are out of Creed range, obviously. Autocannon as well. So do we want to get in range of ordering the autocannons, or do we want to save Creed? Not sure about that one. I think I'll push him forward. I think he deserves a little bit of a fight. Now this might look stupid, but I'll try to remove these orcs most certainly. And after everything is said and done, we need somebody to hold the line. And this is gonna be Mr. Creed himself, because we don't have much else options to hold anything here. Alright, that's that. Psychic phase, we're gonna put the... where is he? There's supposed to be a Psyker in here. Ah, there he is. The Psyker is gonna cast Smite, because why not? And he's gonna cast that on this... wait a second. Yeah, onto the Shooter Boy squad, because he doesn't have a choice in that matter. And it fails anyway. Okay, so Psychic is done. Time to order some stuff. Creed has 2 hotshot las pistols, and he's gonna order himself to shoot them twice. So hitting on 2s, I believe. Ah, it's just 3s. My goodness, he's horrible. And 5s. Hey, it kills 2 orc boys. Blam, blam. Then we're gonna fire these guys here into the orc boys, overcharging the plasma. 1 hit. Actually, he can order them, obviously. So re-rolling everything. No. 1 hit and 1 death. Plink. The rapid firing las gun. Hit. Wounds. Kills another one. Then these guys over here, who are all in rapid fire range and in range, will get ordered from Kessel and Creed as well, because he can order 3 squads. First ranked, second ranked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dudes with 2 shots each. Becomes a bunch of shots. One sergeant with a grenade. And that's that. So grenade, 1 shot. Hitting on force. Rerolling those ones. Rerolling these dice because they're cocked. Okay, looks pretty good. And wounding on 5s and 6s. That's cocked. It's also cocked. Actually, the hitting was really good, and the wounding is pretty average, which averages to a good roll in the end. So this is 6 up armor. Not bad. Very good t-shirts indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orcs die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pretty good shooting from the heroes of Cadia so far. 4 shots with the autocannon. Unfortunately, no orders this time and no wounds. Oh, these guys couldn't even shoot with the rerolls. So I'll put 1 orc boy back because they fell back, so they can shoot if I order them to shoot, but they wouldn't get the rerolls or anything. So that was my mistake. In this case, we will continue with the shooting of everything else. So Knight Commander Pask is gonna put 20 shots with main turret into these boys and 20 shots into the orc boy squads over here. 1 last cannon shot into the mech gun over there, and 2 plasma turrets into the Gretchens. Who cares? I need to get rid of the Gretchens at some point anyway. Alright, so let's do this one at a time. First of all, we have a Punisher turret. Hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s because he stood still. And he's gonna order himself to use his smoke launchers as well for no reason. Alright, reroll those 1s. Wounding on 3s. Wow, that was weird rolling. There we go. T-shirt saves. Wow, very good t-shirt saves. So 3, 6, 7 of them are toast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they probably run away anyway. I don't need to shoot them anymore. Then another 20 shots into the shooter boy squad. Rerolling 1s and wounding on 3s with t-shirt saves. 4, 7, 9, 10, 12 shooter boys bite the dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1 less cannon into the mech gun. Hits. Wounds. No save. How much damage? 5. No saves. Okay, so this mech gun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is only on 1 wound remaining. And then we have the... Well, actually, not the smoke launchers. I need the rerolling thingies. Okay, this was bad. Plasma can obviously want to reroll these rolls, but they don't need to because they get enough anyway. Wounding on 2s. That's 5 dead Gretchen. Blam, 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 blam. And blam. Okay. So Knight Commander task is done. Next up we have to do some counting here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 orcs. That's still too much for them to run away, right? It's minus 20 or something. So some orcs might survive. I'll put my plasma turrets into the orcs again, my las cannon into the mech gun, and my plasma main turret into the bigger Gretchen squad, because I want to get rid of those Gretchens. I don't like them. Actually, can I reach the Lutas? No, I cannot. Okay. So, as said, basically. Alright. Plasmas with orders, obviously, so I will reroll this one. Too greedy. So that's 3 shots and 4 shots in total. Hitting on 3s because he is not pass. Wounding on 2s, 3 wounds, and 3 more orc balls die. 1, 2, 3. 1 less cannon. Hits. Doesn't wound because it's toughness 5. Main turret. I will reroll that with our order. Gives 8 shots in total. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, 4 Gretchen die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, we're just trying to remove objective secure. Okay. Another executioner. Always also shooting into the orc boys, also shooting into the mech guns, and his main turret is gonna go into the shooter boys as well. I want them dead. So let's do the last cannon first. Last cannon misses, but can reroll because of Kadia. Doesn't wound on a 2. Then the plasma. The entire plasma train into the orc horde. So these into the boys. Wow, that's 6 shots into the boys, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 4 dead boys, and then the main gun into the shooter boys. I will reroll those. Excellent. That's why we have the rerolls. Hitting on 3s, rerolling once. Doesn't matter. Wounding on 3s. And 5 dead here. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Actually, it's 5. 4, 5, and then over here 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So far so good. So I think we have one more remaining, right? One executioner, yeah. The third executioner will also fire. Last cannon is out of range. We will put our remaining shots into one last cannon into here, the plasma into here. Yeah, why not? So last cannon hits, doesn't wound. Of course, these last cannons always doing something wrong. And then everything else, obviously not overcharging again. 10 shots, pretty good. I'm not gonna reroll that. And 5 shots over here. All at the same time because it's the same profile. Rerolling those ones. Hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 are dead. Which is impossible because there's not enough left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but I'm not overloading anything, and as such there is no risk in shooting these things off the board. As the more I can deny scoring, the better my journey is gonna be. Alright, so once I have done that, I have successfully destroyed one unit of Gretchens, and then these 2 units have to run away for me in order to get my hopefully my extra point. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically they can't make their leadership unless I pay 2 command points, which I will do so. It hurts, but I think it's necessary. Because we still have tank buster bombs here. 3 of them and a boss. We can put those into the tank commander. I'm obviously not going to charge with Creed, by the way. And that's fine. So they will survive. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. That means they lost 19, which means even with a 1, they will all run away. So these guys are utterly destroyed. Ouch. Alright then. So basically I can bring back this squad if I want to. I already used this one. I cannot bring this squad back, but I can move them in. But let's see the scoring for this round. So Astra Militarum killed at least 1 and held 1 objective. No problemo. Now Orks turn 2. Coming in for Deep Strike Reserves, we still have a unit of Storm Boys and a unit of Boys. So this is gonna be our big time attack. And since these guys backed off a little bit, we can now have a pretty good deep striking area to get into the back lines finally, which we have been struggling with a little bit, but that's okay. Set them up very quick. So we need to stay 9 inches away from this guy, which is around this building, 9 inches from this guy, which is behind there, and then everybody else can basically deploy behind them. Alright, something like that. And then the Storm Boys I'll probably put over here, so they can get rid of this stuff, because as you can see everything hurts Orks, doesn't matter what it is. And then we'll try to block the tank commanders with our Ork Boy squad, just try to squeeze them in. And this good sir here will not be able to fall back very much, because this guy is gonna be locked in, and the other one probably won't be able to move either. So that is a good point. We might be able to block them from moving. Next up, the Storm Boy squad, and then I'll do the actual normal movement. I like to do this movement before everything else, even though it should be done at the end of the movement phase. I am aware, and I will still do it like this. So 9 inches is exactly here. The 9 inches from here. It's a little bit further back. Yeah, we don't need to set them up all correctly. In the end, the charging will be mostly the same. Oh, actually, there's one guy over there. He's trying to block these from deep striking, so this rank here has to go a little bit further back. Goddamn Cadians, never know when they're dead. That's okay. We'll show them how it's done. Okay, now, oh yeah, the Gretchens need to take the leadership test, by the way. Completely forgot about these, because the other squad is wiped. This one has leadership 4, so they get a +1 to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They lost 4, so 3 of them die still. 1, 2, 3. And then they will advance for 11 into the middle of the objective. They'll try to hide as good as they can behind these crates. Good enough. Then the second squad of Gretchens will also advance for a whopping 7. Trying to get closer to the objective as well. This thing is gonna move 3 inches. So will this one. Actually, I forgot to move my war boss last turn. So let's move him for sure. He's gonna move a 8 inches. War banner 7 inches. Weird boy 9 inches. Actually 10 inches. They all go 1 inch further. I'm sorry, these guys have a clan culture that allows them to go 1 more. This weird boy goes 10. Pain boy goes 10 over there. Okay. So end of movement. Everything is there done. But these boys, I mean, I don't think I can charge, right? I can't fall back and charge with these. Actually, that sucks. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Okay. So the reason basically I wasted 2 CP here. I thought they had an ability to fight that again. Okay, let's do it like this. I will rewind this because I honestly thought Orks have some sort of ability that allows them to still fight, but they do not. If they fall back, they can't fight. So these guys are just dead. We consider them slain for all intents and purposes, and nothing changed about the movement and whatnot anyway. So this was incorrectly played by me. I should have killed them right away. I need those command points for sure. Okay. Actually, that Storm Boy is a little bit too close to Crete. There we go. Shooting. We got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 sluggers into that heavy weapon squad. Pew pew, hitting on 5s and 6s. 1 additional from Daka Daka, doesn't hit. Wounding on 3s. 5 up saves. Hey, that's 1 more heavy weapon squad dead. That's nice, because I don't plan on charging these guys anyway. And Next up we have these guys here. I don't think they want to shoot the infantry squad because they want to make their charge. That's a long charge, but we'll see. Next up is this mech gun. It's gonna put one. Actually, it's gonna put one shot into the commander tank. Why not? Wounding on a 4. This is -3 or 2. I think it's 2. And he has a 3-up save, so it's a 5. No. Damage 1. Feels bad, man. 1 damage on the executioner. This one will fire into the heavy weapon squad because I don't like them. Hits, wounds, how much damage? 3. Blam. 1 less heavy weapon squad to deal with. Very nice. These guys will not shoot, as I said, because I don't want to kill this infantry deuterinos. And oh, sorry, my psychic. I completely forgot about my psychic powers. That's not good. Let's do that real quick. We have psychic powers, da jump, which we will cast on, I guess, the warboss, which goes off. So it goes whoop. And where can we drop him? Is there any cheeky little spot where I have 9 inches? Actually, yes. That's amazing. So Warboss is going on a solo mission. 9 inches away. Ooh, that's close. So he basically can make it. Has to be very close to the edge though. Okay. Didn't think that was possible, but so he's over there, I guess. And then maybe I should have put Warpath on him. Let's see if it actually went off. Okay, it would have went off, so yes. Alright, so he has 1+1 attack. I just misordered that one. And guess smite is out of range. Okay, so no smiting from the weird boy. And the Warbanner is in range with his custom shooter, so let's shoot these guys real quick. Jaka, 1 hit extra, 3 hits, 2 wounds, and 2 deaths. Perfect. So the custom shooter killed the guys off right quick there. Okay. What else? That was that. I think that's all the shooting I have. So, obviously the Warboss could have fired as well, but I'm not gonna. So we're gonna declare a charge with the Storm Boys against the This is tricky. I think there's a way now to make this happen. So basically we're gonna charge the infantry squad, and we are going to charge Creed, but we will make sure that we will not actually get into Creed. I think that's legal, so I'll try to play around with this because this is really important for game understanding. So basically I will charge them both here. So first of all we just get to Overwatch. So Creed is gonna Overwatch with his pistols, rerolling ones because he's Cadian, and then we have the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 rapid fire shots, hitting on 6s, so that's 3 hits, 4 hits. Rewarding ones because of Cadia. 1, Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds, not bad. 6 up t-shirt saves. No. 1, 2 storm boys die. Alright. Now, we need a long charge distance, otherwise this doesn't work well. Come on, boys. 6 is not enough. We need to reroll both of these. This is... Oh my goodness. Okay. That's really bad. I really wanted to try this out. I'll save the situation and see if I can resolve it later. As a orc charge. Because I'm sure there is a way to charge into Creed without killing him. That's basically the idea. That's the idea behind everything. If I can make that, that would be really nice. I'll have to reread the rules about that. So over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes. 5, 6, 7. Rapid firing. One of them is a sergeant, so he can't. 6s. So that's a lot of cocked dice. 3 and rerolling ones. 1 wound and t-shirt. Yes. Okay. Charging. Re-rolling. That's not enough. 8 inches is not gonna do it. That is probably the game. Because we can't... We're gonna get gunned down now. Let's count the points real quick. Orcs have killed 1, hold 1, hold more, killed they more. They finished 1 squad, 2 squads. Probably not. I think the Astrometeum killed 1 more. So that's 1 kill more for Astronite. So in terms of objectives, we are pretty close. Obviously we get no big game hunter, no Titan slayers, but we get behind enemy lines twice, because we did that twice already. And then on the other hand, they already get the Reaper easily with killing this this shooter boy squad, and they shot them again, and they killed another one. So this should be pretty even in terms of this stuff. Headhunter is not yet in effect, but as soon as all the orcs are dead, easy peasy. And marked for death are the shooter boys, 1 orc boy squad, and that's that. So basically the Astrometeum are not behind. They will easily be able to gun down these 2 things, and they will also remove a bunch of great chins. So I guess we have that done. Alright, so the thing I'm thinking about is, what if you can charge into, let's say, Creed? Because basically it says you make your charge move. All units can move up to this number of inches, the charge distance. And the first model you move must finish within 1 inch of an enemy model, which is easy enough. And if that's not possible, the charge will fail. It doesn't say anything about anything else though. So the first model you move must finish within 1 inch of an enemy model. That's clear. And that's it. So everybody else does not have to try to move into 1. So what I'm trying to say is, let's assume we will charge this squad, and then we make the roll. This blob will go forward. They will touch this guy. Or one of them will obviously touch Creed as well. Like this. And then everybody else will try to surround him, but will not move within 1 inch of him. Like so. What happens over here is completely irrelevant. These guys will just try to do whatever they want to. Let's put them all like this. Like this. Like this. Basically, I'm trying to surround Creed so he can't run away, but I'm at the same time not trying to kill him by piling into him or something. It should look like something like this. There's only one Stormboy, which is this guy here, that is actually be able to attack, and everybody else tries to stay away. So basically there has to be something that in the rules that prevents us from having to pile in or having to do anything. Now choose a unit to fight with says you have to repeat this process until all eligible units on both sides have fought once each. So in this case we have to use this unit to fight. So you may move each model in up to 3 inches. So we don't have to move these Stormboys in. The only one that's in here that has to be in here is the Stormboy that was with 1 inch in the original state. So that doesn't matter. So now, after we do that, it says choose targets, blah blah blah. So every unit has to fight that is within 1 inches or that is within 1 inch of another order which is within 1 inch. So basically we have to make sure nobody is around this guy, like this. And then he gets to fight Creed, and as long as he does not kill Creed, we are still fine. And now you might argue, well, he might be able to kill that Stormboy, and then he's out of 1 inch anyway. That's true, but we don't have to remove that Stormboy. We can remove anybody else. So let's assume we fight like this. We deal no damage to Creed, he survives. Then he deals 3 damage back, which is his maximum damage, by the way. And we kill 3 Stormboys, and whoop-de-go. These guys will get annihilated. This guy is locked in combat with me, and he will not be able to fall back no matter what he does. So basically a inclusion move, if you want to call it like that. It's very weird how the rules work. This is something that you obviously used to do a lot in 7th edition, but I think this is perfectly legal and is a way to stay in close combat as long as the unit can't fall back. In any other case, I don't think this is possible, because basically the rules don't say that you can choose to not attack, which was something you can do in 7th edition. It doesn't specifically state that you have to attack, but it doesn't allow you to not attack either. So I would say, for the argument's sake, that as long as your unit is charging, it always has to make as much attacks as it can, which obviously is bad, because oftentimes it's a good decision to not kill everybody, and then you can finish them off in your enemy's turn and then move on with the next turn. But this move, in my opinion, would be legal, and this is very important to point out. And after I reread the rules, I think this is the correct way to play it. And that's that. Battle report is over, because obviously the Astrometaun will win this. No issue, absolutely no issue. They will score maximum points for secondaries very soon. They have board control in a lot of ways by moving the tank commanders around, which is a little bit underrated, but tank commanders can move their full distance plus advancing and then move again with their orders, and these are all tank commanders, so they will be able to take control of the board, and that should win the mission points anyway. Yeah, army wise, I liked it. I really disliked that the Ork charges failed. I think it would have been interesting if the Orks actually made it in here. But as always, the issue with the whole charging thing and everything is that we don't have enough shooting to shut down the meat shields that are in front. So basically, I should have tried to move the Stormboys across the board and try to kill them. But to be quite honest, I don't think the Stormboys would have survived the first turn. Just like the Shooter Boys, they would have gotten shot into the ground, and then I have to set them up more than 9 inches away anyway. And yeah, moving everybody across the field is not necessarily the best approach, because as soon as I see that there's no deep striking, I will move the guardsmen back, and then orcs will not be getting into range anyway. So that was really interesting. I think this list is pretty strong in itself, because the Dominus Knight would deal with much larger threats as well. And it was basically a test whether or not my tank commander strategy and knight can also perform against horde-based infantry, where there's way more dudes. I will also try to play this against Tyranids, but as you can see, it works out quite well. It's basically very very reliable to play. Alright, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Was a little bit more of an educational one, if I may say so, but this is important. This is really important for somebody who plays any kind of melee army, because you have to be able to protect yourself from enemy shooting. So as long as you have a unit that is large enough and your charge distance is enough, you basically can try to cheese a charge against a target that you don't want to necessarily kill, but just to tank its damage and avoid enemy shooting for one turn, and then destroy it in your own turn and then move on. So this comes up pretty often. So if you can do this, do this, and it's gonna have a great tactical advantage, because obviously getting one group in is the big deal. One big group can make the difference between killing everything on the board or not being able to fire because there's somebody within one. And that little tank castle over there would have been in big trouble if I would actually get orcs into there. But yeah, the general strategy is pretty nice. I still think that this orc list is pretty good, but it doesn't perform very well against this kind of stuff. It's better suited against Tyranids and whatnot. The Imperial soup, in my opinion, is very, very strong. It's one of the good archetypes that I'd personally play if I had to try win as much as possible. That is probably the best way to go. And I don't see how any army can remove that. Maybe the Dark Eldar army can. I'm not sure about it. I think the Dark Eldar army concept that I played last battle report is way better against this, because they have stronger shooting that can remove this meat shield a little bit faster than other armies. Or maybe I'm just playing it wrong. We will see. Maybe I will try a different approach where I try to bring everything on one front and try to eliminate as much of the screening units as I can, so this deep strike actually works properly. You know, maybe I misplayed that, but we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and happy wargaming.